I want to talk about self-care today, but not the version with the candles and the face mask and the gratitude journal. Though none of that is bad, I want to talk about what neurodivergent self-care actually requires. What it really looks like when your nervous system is the equipment that needs maintenance. Because the mainstream self-care conversation was not designed for us. And following advice that wasn't designed for your brain and then feeling like you're failing at self-care is one of the cruelest loops I see neurodivergent adults trapped in. Welcome to Wisdom from the Porch. I'm GP. This is Wisdom from the Porch. Generic self-care assumes a few things. That you can sit still and enjoy it. That quiet is restorative. That routine is sustainable. And that motivation to take care of yourself will be there when you need it. But for neurodivergent adults, stillness is often agitating, not calming. Quiet can amplify the internal noise. Routine requires executive function on demand, which isn't always available. And motivation, for ADHD brains especially, is interest dependent, not willpower dependent. You can't reliably access it just by deciding to. So neurodivergent self-care has to start from different premises. It has to be sensory compatible, not sensory neutral. It has to work with variable motivation, not require consistent motivation. It has to be flexible enough to survive the ADHD executive function patterns that make rigid routines fail. And it has to address nervous system regulation, not just relaxation. Those aren't the same thing. So I've put together 4 pillars of neurodivergent self-care. Pillar 1 is sensory environment design. Your environment is constantly communicating with your nervous system. Lighting that's too harsh, background noise you can't tune out, clothing that doesn't feel right. These are all low-grade stressors running continuously. Neurodivergent self-care starts with auditing your environment and reducing that invisible load. Some practical moves are warmer lighting or lamps instead of overhead fluorescents, noise-canceling headphones as a daily tool, not just for focus, clothing that is physically comfortable without negotiation, a specific spot in your home that is designated low stimulation. Nothing productive happens there. You go there to decompress. The environment does the work so your nervous system doesn't have to. The second pillar is body-first practices. The ADHD brain-body connection is amazing and underutilized. Movement is not just exercise for neurodivergent adults. It's a neurochemical intervention. Physical movement generates dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin in ways that directly improve ADHD symptoms. It's documented. 20 minutes of elevated heart rate exercise produces cognitive and emotional benefits that last 2 to 4 hours. Body-first self-care means any movement you actually do counts. Walking, dancing in your kitchen, yoga, lifting, swimming. The form matters less than the consistency. For neurodivergent brains, the best exercise is the one that's interesting enough to keep going. I recently purchased a walking pad. Didn't know they existed before 2 or 3 weeks ago. We didn't have room in the house anywhere for a giant treadmill, even if you could lift it up. And this was a game changer. I enjoyed walking out in nature, but not for exercise sake. I start my day 20 minutes on the walking pad. After a few hours on my mic, closer to lunchtime, 20 more minutes on the walking pad. And then after dinner, 20 more minutes on the walking pad to close out my day. That's an hour of walking, and I could go more, but 60 minutes a day is enough. And it not only benefits my neurodivergent brain, as I just said, it also helps me physically. Feeling good, my clothes fitting good, nothing but win-win. Okay, enough of that. Pillar 3 is interest-based recovery. Rest for ADHD brains looks different from rest for neurotypical brains. Passive rest, doing nothing, often produces restlessness and internal noise in ADHD adults. What actually recharges us is low-stakes, interest-driven activity. Something absorbing that doesn't have demands. A TV show you love, a creative project with no deadline, a game, reading something you choose. This isn't laziness and it's not avoiding real rest. It's providing your nervous system with the dopamine maintenance it needs to recover through the mechanism that works for your brain. Stop apologizing for recovering in ways that don't look like a spa day. The 4th pillar is relational nourishment, quality, not quantity. Neurodivergent adults often have smaller social circles and longer recovery periods after social interaction than neurotypical adults. That's not antisocial. That's accurate collaboration. Relational self-care means investing deeply in a few relationships you can be fully yourself rather than maintaining a wide network that requires masking. It means knowing your people, the ones your nervous system relaxes around, and prioritizing time with them. Social connection is a biological need. Fulfilling it on your terms in the format that actually nourishes you is not selfish. It's intelligent. Neurodivergent self-care is not the absence of effort. It's effort directed in the right things. Your nervous system, your sensory environment, your body, and your genuine relationships. Not the performance of wellness. The actual maintenance of the system you're running. Your one next step this week? Do a 10-minute sensory audit of your home space. What's costing your nervous system energy that doesn't have to? Identify one thing. Change one thing. Start there. If this helped even a little, subscribe so these conversations are here when you need them. And if you know someone who lives in this same loop, share this episode with them. Quietly, kindly, no judgment. And as always, thank you to Cloud Microphones for supporting these conversations. This has been Wisdom from the Porch. I'm GP. You're always welcome on the porch.